Greg, I've got a problem today, and I absolutely 100% know that you have an answer to this. And the question is, why do you deserve 3% commission?
Is this a joke or is this a real question?
This is a real question, Greg. I want to know, why do you deserve 3% commission? All you're doing is walking me through a house.
Oh, it's because I negotiate. I've been in the business for a long period of time. I got great marketing. I got some of the best custom shirts ever, and I drive a really expensive car. That's why.
That doesn't sound like 3%, Greg. That sounds like 1.5%. Give me a deal. Can you give me a kickback?
No, I can't. It's illegally against the law. I cannot give you a kickback unless you're a licensed real estate agent. Are you a licensed realtor?
Well, I am, but that's not the point. My customer's asking me this. And, I've had this conversation on both sides of the equation. Part of the time I'm talking to sellers. Why do you have to pay you 3%? You build a flyer, you get some people, you hold an open house, you have some cookies, and you move on. And then I've been getting it from buyers. Hey, you're asking me to sign the BRBC at 3%. What are you doing for me that get that 3%?
What's a BRBC?
BRBC, Buyer Representation and Broker Compensation Agreement here in the state of California, is what we are supposed to get signed to make sure that buyers know that we have negotiable compensation and we are getting paid.
Oh, okay.
So, good question. So here's my question for you, Greg.
Okay.
How do you articulate to your clients why and how you get paid?
Do you want me to give the real answer? I
want you to give the real answer.
I try to fire my clients. And I know people get really, really weirded out when I say that. But when I say that, this is what I mean. What I mean is to the fact that I actually am, and you, Michael, and everybody who's listening to our voices right now and watching us, you guys are valuable human beings, and you do a critical job. And everybody tries to demean you and undermine you because, oh, you're a silly realtor. Oh, you silly real estate agent. Oh, why you make all this money? Yeah. You know what? They say the same thing about doctors, lawyers, and all kinds of people who are highly trained in something. So my compensation is based upon my education and what I've been able to prove and done in the past, because this is not a game for the lighthearted. And so when someone says, why do you deserve it? I say, have you ever tried to hire an amateur? No.
Okay.
It's going to be much, much cheaper to hire a professional the first time versus doing it twice. It's up to you, though. It's your money. You can do it with an amateur, or you can use a professional.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask this question in a different way. We have a topic. Okay. What is your real estate job description? Greg, let's start simple. Give me 5 things that you do that provide value to a transaction that your client may never know about.
Well, a lot of the times, it's going to be the interpersonal relationship with the other realtor on the other side of the transaction. That one goes with, it doesn't really get spoken about. Your reputation as an agent in the marketplaces that you work. Do people like you, don't like you, respect you, don't respect you? Because when that takes place, I can say, hey, guys, I've been in the market for X amount of years. I know all the top brokers. They're my buddies. We go golfing, we hang out, yada, yada. Because when I call Michael Fielden and, I'm like, yo, Michael, it's Greg. Hey, Greg, what's up? How are the kids? How's the wife? Yada, yada. Hey, man, I got a buyer. We're coming in on one of your listings. Tell me what I'm looking at here so that we can at least be competitive. And then we work and talk because we know, like, and trust each other. That's the biggest thing that a lot of people completely misunderstand. You can go get the Honda off of the lot. That's a bare bone basics, aka brand new baby agent who has no experience, or you can use me, the Ferrari, the Lamborghini, who's been out doing it forever. But let's say you're a new agent. What do you lean on? You lean on your team. You lean on your brokerage. You lean on their reputation. And when folks say, Greg, what do you do for a living? In jest, I say, you know what? I stress people out and I put them in debt. And then I joke, and then I tell them I help them, buy and sell homes.
So number 1 on your job description, I know the industry and I know the people, and relationships matter. Number 2, what else do you do?
Number 2, I execute on, because with all my cold calling and marketing, with all the conversations, because you should judge your prospecting through conversations, not calls. I've been able to amass a knowledge base of the marketplace going, well, hey, look, I know that there are X amount of different homes that are not on the market that are coming on the market. Here are the different locations. I don't know price point, but here are the specs based off county records. Then out of respect, I contact the listing agent and say, hey, look, I talked to your person, your buyer, your seller I was doing some cold calls or on one of our listings, yada, yada. And you know what? I know you're coming up on 123 Main Street. Do you have any kind of price point in mind? Well,
Okay.
how do you know that? I just told you I did calls. I build up that reputation or that roster that I can show my buyers, and then I can also show my sellers that we're proactive in finding buyers because of the vice versa on prospecting.
Sure. Okay. So number two, we kind of touched on this. Number one and number two are very similar: market knowledge, people knowledge. Number three, where do you add value?
Well,
clients may not know.
That's a really good question. A lot of the value is in the personal relationship and the trust building. So I'm going back to the personal stuff, right?
That's one and two. Give me a third
value add is that, hanging out with someone like you and being force-fed AI, I can talk to them in AI language. Hey, I can talk tech language versus real person language. Say, look, this is what we can do faster, cheaper, and better for you, and we can get more visibility at a lower cost to get you either selling or buying onto that next stage of life in a shorter amount of time with a less cost and less headaches. Does that sound like a deal for you?
Okay.
And then I go through my whole laundry list of stuff that we do.
So everybody probably already knows this, Greg, but I'm going to put it out there. Greg is a people person. I am a technical detail person.
True.
Greg knows tech. I know some people, and those things all collide.
Reverse that. You know tech. No, I know people.
You know tech, but you also know people. People is your sweet spot.
It is.
Tech is your secondary. I'm reversed. I'm going to toss this out there, Greg.
Sure.
You have been in the business now for 184 years. Do you know something about the documentation that goes into a transaction that's better than the next guy?
Yeah, most likely. And what it really comes down to is the fact that everybody thinks that real estate contracts and documents are solid, like bedrock. They're not. They're fluid, like a swampland. I learned that with our controller of one of our old brokerages when I sat with Irene, and she said that directly to my face. Everything is a moving part. You can never take anything for granted. You can't say, well, it's locked and loaded. It's a done deal. No, there are so many loopholes, and understanding how to play 5D chess with the documents. That's why it's so important to take the time and go to the courses at your board, talk to your broker, talk to your controller, be a student of these documents. Once you understand the chess pieces on the table, then you can be a master chess player. And that means you'd be able to, not when I say this next word, manipulate, it's not the right terminology, but it's utilize your knowledge of the documents to better your client's position ethically, morally, and legally.
Okay, so number one, you know people. Number two, you know the market. Number three, you know the contracts. I'm going to ask a pointed question, Greg. Have you ever had a transaction get squirrely halfway through?
Yes, more than once, 100%.
Okay, next question to that. Did you run away?
No, of course not. I sat down. My obligation, my fiduciary relationship is to my client, and my job as a realtor is to protect them and protect their interests, wants, and needs, no matter what it is. They are the client. They are the boss. They are the person who writes my check for once they understand that they're in the driver's seat, so to speak, in their decision-making process, and I facilitate their wants and needs, it becomes a much easier conversation because they know that I'm on their team. I'm not on Greg's team. I'm not on team commission. I'm on team fielding, right? I want to make sure that you and your family and your two beautiful daughters all get into the next house perfectly. That's my sole job. Until that deal is closed and you have the keys, I'm on duty 24/7 in some way, shape, or form.
Okay, so number one, you know people. Number two, you know market. Number three, you know the documents. Number four, you know how to get out of trouble and sticky situations.
Yes.
Okay. Number five, are you ready for? I'm sorry?
Ooh, there's a fifth? Keep them.
There were going to be 10, but I couldn't think of 10 for myself, so I bunted. Okay, number five, Greg, do you know, and you're going to laugh, how many people can sit in your car when you go on a tour?
I actually do. I can fit 3 comfortably, 4 uncomfortably, and then me is a fifth. So yes. How many
Okay.
can fit in your car? As you just
Depends
experienced
how
this
they're
past
hanging
weekend.
on. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about number 5. Okay, and this isn't about how many people can fit in your car. It's how do you tour? Do you know how to present properties to people? Do you know what to show and what to avoid? Do you know how to articulate what's wrong with the house? Do you know how to read disclosures?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay.
Um, but when it comes to touring, and when being fully active in the marketplace, do you know the idiosyncrasies of the area? For an example, in Alamo, which is in Northern California in the Bay Area, is a primary area. I grew up there, right? So I knew West Side Alamo, East Side Alamo. I knew the 3 different types of West Side Alamo, 3 different stages, 3 different price points. I know where the school boundaries stop. You're still in Alamo, but you're actually in Walnut Creek schools going northbound. I know that the cutoff point between West Side Alamo, West Side Danville, you can see the different price points on the properties there. I know the small things, the minutia. That's the real difference. But because if you, Michael, you and your family are going, hey, Greg, we like this house, but it's on the east side of Danville Boulevard, that means you're between the freeway and the boulevard, which means you're going to be the first one to get hit on price corrections and the last one to recover. Then you have the boulevard to the foothills. That is going to be your primary area. Then you have the foothills up. That's old money. That's like the established stuff in West Side Danville that West Side Alamo has a very little of. But when you find them more hilly properties, so there's different environments in the same marketplace. You have to speak with confidence and know the areas by name and by division and by street if you can. That's the critical part. That will make you stand out. Like right now, if I told you exactly what I just told you and you're a client of mine, would you find that more interesting versus, well, the average sales price in this entire area is, what is more valuable to you as a client?
I like all the information, but yeah, I think there's more value in what you're saying than what I'm saying.
And it's just knowing the marketplace.
Yeah.
That's all. It's like, so I think about it like this. If you're a police officer and you're on the beat, like you're driving in the black and whites, they stay in a certain area. That's their area, right? They know how far they are from hospitals. They know which directions go to what freeways. They know it like the back of their hand because literally lives depend on it. Same thing for real estate agents. This is why it's imperative to find farms, use the farms, work the farms, know the farms, so that you are the expert. Just like a police officer who is responding to a call and someone's life is on the line, they know exactly how to get to the end result in a positive way, the fastest possible amount of time.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Quite a bit. Okay.
Ooh.
So here's what we've done with these 5 or 6 items that we've talked about is we have created a job description. And Greg, I think a lot of the agents that are watching this and that are thinking about this business need to know how to create a job description and how to put it into practice, right? How to present it to people, how to answer those questions. So I want to do a quick role play and we're going to go back to what we started. And I'm going to be the customer and I'm going to be somebody that's looking to list a house. And I want to say, okay, Greg, I've got a house in, let's call it Walnut Creek. It's got a little bit of deferred maintenance in it. There are maybe some disclosures that are going to come up less desirable than others. You know all that information going in, but let's have this conversation. Hey, Greg, how are you doing today?
Doing well, Michael. Yourself?
Great, thank you. Hey, I want to list my home, and I've seen your ads in a variety of places. I see everything you do on YouTube, and I absolutely love it. What I'd like to know is, can I get you out to take a look at my house? But before we do that, I know that you're good with social media. What else do you know how to do?
Well, I've been an agent for over 26 years in the area. My father's been doing it for over 70 years in 3 different states. We have a team that's been together for just under 20 years. We've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of luxury properties just like yours. We've looked at every type of property, the ones that you wouldn't let your dog sleep in and the ones that is fit for a king or a queen. So everything in between is our sweet spot. And you sound like you're a perfect person to sit down and we can go over kind of what the market looks like and kind of what your thoughts and needs are to get you onto the next point in life.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, that sounds great. Greg, I definitely want to get you out, but before we do that. I want to talk to you about commissions.
Sure. Good conversation.
I'd love to be able to get my house listed. I think I'm probably worth somewhere between 1.5 and 2 million. Would you be willing to do this at 1.5%?
No.
Wow. How come?
I'm honestly in this conversation, I'm worth more than 1.5%. And if you want a discount broker, I'd be happy to introduce you to a few, or you can go kind of call some people on your own. But for me and what I bring with my team and my experience and my past history, 1.5 is something that we're just unwilling to do. But I wish you all the best if that's really the number that you're looking at.
So how low would you be willing to go?
Well, that's something we should probably sit down and talk about. You said there's some deferred maintenance. Let's sit down and see if there's synergy between the two of us first off. Because if I'm not the right fit for you and you're not the right fit for me, I sure as heck don't want to waste your time. So what works good to sit down for you this week is your wife going to join us or just the two of us?
It's just two of us. There's some mitigating circumstances. I'll be the only signer on this.
Copy. Okay.
Let me. I'm a little concerned about the commission.
Okay, fair.
But I get it. What kind of discount would you give me?
Well, it sounds like, Michael, we might not be a good fit together. Because I'm not a discount broker, so I'm not a discount agent. You can talk to my other past clients and you can make a decision yourself. It sounds like you're in a place where every dollar and every penny counts. Is that correct? Hence the unmitigated
part of it. I think the other part is I'm cheap.
Okay, well, you know what? Then I suggest that you find someone that's going to work well with your mindset. And I wish you all the best, and I'll be applauding from the sidelines. But if you want to sit down and you want to see what a full service professional agent can do for you, I'd be more than happy to meet with you. But I want this to be very clear that, the numbers you're talking about, and I'll show you how this can pencil out for you in your favor. It might not be the percentage. It might be time on market or a couple of connections that might be able to get you to that next stage. So the real question is it really the price, Michael, or is it the commission that you're more concerned or you're more interested in?
So it's probably the net to my pocket, Greg. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay. So if we can net you the same amount of money with my team taking what we're worth and what we're valued at, and you net the same amount of money, would that offend you?
Okay, not at all. And I'm going to pause it right here, Greg, because we've done this role play and I think this is amazing. And I'm going to add number 6 to your job description. Greg knows how to negotiate. And I think that everybody that's in this business needs to learn how to negotiate. And what Greg knows very well, and I think that this ties into his job description as a whole, is Greg knows boundaries. Mm-hmm. He's not going to give in to me just because I want it to be less. And I think that's important. And when we're talking about, how do I get the best deal? Greg knows how to bring it around. Look, are you looking to save on commission or do you want to get more money for your house? Okay, and he didn't ask this question, but what he's leading into, and I'm sure this would have come out at some point, is would you rather have 1.6 at 3% or 1.4 at 1.5%?
You can do that, but something else I would actually do a pivot on. I would say, let's talk about finances real quick before we meet up. What do you owe on the property right now? I never say your home. I say on the property because it goes from a home to an asset. That's a big distinction in someone's brain pan.
Take the emotion out of it.
Take the 100% emotion. Oh my God, I love my exterior door colors. Great. We're going to paint over them anyways. Don't care. You know what? Here's the thing. What do you owe on the property? I owe meow. Okay. So if you owe, let's say round numbers, $1 million, potential list, you'll say you owe half of that, $500,000 mortgage you're carrying on that thing. Right. So now what do you need to once pay off that mortgage? What are you looking for to purchase or, to purchase your next property? Because that's really the factor that nobody talks about. It's not, I want the big, shiny, big sales price. Well, congratulations. You just got taxed on all that money. Or are you looking to take the capital from the sale of that home and push it over into the purchase of your new property to make the next stage of life more comfortable? Tell me, is it ego or is it rational? Your choice. You just tell me.
Ego, baby. Okay. So Greg, we're coming up on that 20-minute mark. I want to give everybody the task that you and I are going to undertake in this next week.
Let's go.
And I don't like homework. Greg, you don't like homework, but we're going to ask every one of us included, a little bit of homework. And that homework is, Greg, and I want you to do the same thing without just using AI and typing in blah, 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 what is my real estate job description? I want you to think about what differentiates you to everybody else. And I'm going to implore you to send it to Michael and Greg at regeeks.com.
Not the same. They're individuals. Emails.
Individuals. Send it to Michael. Send it to Greg at regeeks.com. And we are going to help you massage that information. And I realize this is a recording. And I'm going to tell you, Greg and I have both been in this business for 30 years, give or take. And if you're a year from now and you're just now doing this project, send it over. We will get it. Just put in, this is my job description. I want to see it. Partly because maybe you do something that I don't do and I want to reuse it, but I also want to help you get to the next level. And the most helpful guy I know, and this never hit his job description, is Greg. Because you know what? And forgive me if I'm wrong here, Greg. I think that if any one of you as agents picked up the phone or dropped an email or a text to Greg and said, hey, Greg, I need some advice, or I need some information, or I want a knowledge transfer, Greg's going to give you the answer. Okay. Yep. And look at that free coaching call. He will do this for you for free.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, that's my favorite price. So not only will he do this for free to help you coach, what I'm really reading into this, Greg, is if I have a listing, you're going to do that for free too.
Well, I'll do a listing for free? Michael, you're delusional. But I like the sneak attack there. Well played, good sir.
Yeah.
Seriously, that is my cell phone. Text me. I pay my bill every 6 months, so it should work. But as a joke, of course. But no, call me. Call me, text me, shoot me a text. So many spam calls. But let's have a time. If you guys are real, let's go. I've done it for years and years and years. I've coached thousands of real estate agents doing this one-on-one. And guess what? I get success stories coming back because I listen, and I'll tell you the brutal hard truth. I'm not going to play patty cake with you. You ask me what you want, I will tell you the path or give you a contact for somebody to get you on that path as fast as possible. So
yeah, and guys, this isn't like going to a seminar. It's not like going down to a board. Greg is offering you, and put the little banner up there again, Greg is offering you a free coaching call. This is one-on-one. This is no holding back. This is telling you what you want to hear in a different way. He's going to tell you how to get more business. That's what you really want to hear. He's going to tell you how to make your business easier. Those are the things you want to hear. You may not like the process to do it, but this is how you're going to start. So go create your job description, call, text, email Greg, and get this information out there. Greg, as always, this has been a great show. Anything you want to add as you sign us off?
No, I think everybody's absolutely rock stars, and you guys are growing and thriving as we talk right now. Go out there. Don't hinder yourself. Don't stop yourself. Don't overthink about this, guys. Make a connection with the next human being you possibly can. Build that relationship into a friendship and grow and thrive in your business. Guys, we're not building rockets here. What we're doing is building relationships and being a legacy in people's lives because they know, like, and trust you. Start today. You, your wife, your husband, your spouse, your kids, your grandkids, your gopher, your pet chicken, and your goldfish are going to love you. Get to work. I'm going to cough my ass off.
All right. We're out, folks. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Enjoy the show.
All right, guys. Later.